Welcome to AutoBigate, the channel where we bring you the most jaw-dropping updates on military tech, futuristic vehicles, and the most explosive developments in global defense. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because what we're about to reveal will absolutely blow your mind. In today's report, we're diving deep into something that's sending shockwaves through global intelligence networks and has set off alarms in the Pentagon, NATO headquarters, and even among Iran's neighboring countries. This isn't your usual military showcase or a speculative theory piece. This is about a very real, very advanced, and very secret missile program that Iran has kept tightly under wraps until now. We're talking about Iran's newest line of strategic missiles, codenamed the Zulfiqar X-5A project the world didn't even know existed until recent satellite imagery, leaked diplomatic cables, and insider intelligence from defense officials began painting a terrifyingly clear picture. The year is 2025, and Iran's secret missile arsenal is now not only real, but operational and ready to be launched. So what do we know so far? It all started when unusual activity was picked up at Iran's Khorramabad missile site, a facility long associated with Shahab-class medium-range ballistic missiles. Over the past 6 months, spy satellites from the United States and Israel have observed a significant increase in vehicle traffic, thermal signatures suggesting fuel storage activity, and movement of elongated containers consistent with intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, dimensions. Intelligence agencies initially believed this was part of Iran's conventional missile development. But things took a different turn when a high-ranking defector from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps provided explosive information. Iran has completed the testing phase of a new missile class. The Zulfiqar X-5 is believed to be a 2-stage solid-fuel missile with stealth launch capabilities, designed for rapid deployment from underground silos, mobile platforms, and potentially even naval vessels. According to leaked documents from Iranian defense contractors, this missile has an estimated range of 5,000 kilometers, giving it the ability to reach parts of Europe, the Indian subcontinent, and most critically all major U.S. military bases in the Middle East. Now here's where it gets intense. Unlike previous generations of Iranian missiles which relied on outdated Soviet-era guidance systems or Chinese-imported electronics, their Zulfiqar X-5 is allegedly using a new Iranian-developed AI-based navigation system. This system doesn't rely heavily on GPS, which means jamming it could be extremely difficult. It adjusts its trajectory mid-flight using real-time imaging sensors, similar to what we've seen in cutting-edge Western missile tech. Essentially, this is not just a launch and hope weapon, it's a smart, adaptive missile capable of evading interception systems like Israel's Iron Dome, the US THAAD system, or even the S-400s deployed by Russia. What's even more concerning is the missile's payload capability. Military experts who've analyzed the leaked blueprints claim that the Zulfiqar X-5 can carry up to 1,500 kilograms, which makes it capable of delivering both high explosive and potentially nuclear payloads. This aligns with recent assessments by the International Atomic Energy Agency, which noted Iran's uranium enrichment levels are approaching weapons grade, once again a direct violation of the 2015 nuclear deal, which collapsed years ago. Iran hasn't officially confirmed the existence of this missile, of course. But during a military parade in Tehran earlier this year, a mysterious long-range missile was rolled out under a black shroud, accompanied by Revolutionary Guard commanders who made repeated references to a new era of Iranian deterrence. Military analysts now believe this was the public debut of the Zulfiqar X-5, though without fanfare to avoid triggering immediate international retaliation. Let's talk about the strategic implications. If Iran does in fact possess a functional long-range missile system with AI guidance and stealth capability, it fundamentally alters the balance of power in the Middle East. Countries like Saudi Arabia and Israel would be directly in the line of fire, and so would US Navy fleets in the Persian Gulf. Furthermore, it gives Iran new leverage in any future nuclear negotiations or regional conflicts. They wouldn't just be a nuclear threshold state, they'd be a nuclear-capable state with the means to deliver that weapon thousands of miles away. This has not gone unnoticed. Sources inside the Pentagon confirm that emergency meetings were held just days after the satellite images were analyzed, followed by a series of joint drills between the US and its Gulf allies. At the same time, US submarines in the Mediterranean have reportedly been put on high alert, while Israel has quietly deployed its Arrow 3 missile defense system to more bases near Tel Aviv and Haifa. Russia and China, interestingly, have remained silent. This has led to speculation that both countries may have either helped with Iran's tech or at least turned a blind eye to its development. The Zulfiqar X-5 uses materials and electronic components that, according to one report, could only have been sourced from Russian or Chinese defense suppliers. If this is proven, it may trigger a wave of sanctions and trade crackdowns from the European Union and the United States. Let's not forget the economic side. According to estimates from defense think tanks, developing a system like the Zulfiqar X-5 would cost Iran at least $2.50 to $4 billion over a 10-year period. That's a massive financial burden for a country struggling with inflation, sanctions, and oil revenue fluctuations. However, insiders say the program has been quietly funded through a combination of oil for weapons barter deals, cryptocurrency mining networks run by the Revolutionary Guard, and covert assistance from proxy states like Syria and Venezuela. The price of the missile if you were to put a number on a single Zulfiqar X-5 unit is reportedly in the range of $10 million to $15 million depending on payload and configuration. That places it within the price range of top-tier global missile systems, and could make it an attractive option for Iranian allies or clients if exported. But more likely, Iran will keep this missile strictly in its own arsenal as a strategic deterrent. Let's explore what would happen if Iran launched one of these missiles. Assuming a launch from central Iran targeting a US base in Bahrain, the missile would travel its 1,600 km path in just over 9 minutes. Given its solid fuel propulsion and mobile launch capabilities, the missile could be launched without much prior warning, limiting early detection. US and allied radar systems would have only seconds to confirm the trajectory and authorize interception, a window so narrow that even modern anti-missile systems might not react in time. And if the missile uses decoy technology or mid-flight evasive maneuvers, interception becomes even harder. In short, there's Zulfiqar X-5, if everything we're hearing is true, represents a quantum leap in Iran's missile technology. Now, some of you might be wondering, is this just hype? Could all this be part of Iran's psychological warfare campaign? That's a valid question. Iran has been known to exaggerate its capabilities in the past, showcasing plastic models of drones or announcing indigenous tech that turned out to be Chinese imports. But multiple independent military intelligence sources, including from France, Germany, and even Japan, have confirmed unusual activity and testing patterns consistent with a new missile class. And the urgency of international responses suggests that this time, it's not a bluff. So what's next? The international community is already discussing new resolutions at the United Nations. The US has proposed an immediate convening of the UN Security Council to assess the missile threat and possibly reinstate broader sanctions. Israel has threatened unilateral action, with Defense Minister Yoav Gallant declaring, quote, "We will not allow Iran to possess the tools of annihilation." Saudi Arabia, meanwhile, is in talks to fast-track the purchase of Patriot and THAAD systems from the US and has begun consultations with Pakistan over potential nuclear cooperation. This missile's unveiling comes at a time of heightened tension in the Middle East, where proxy wars, drone strikes, and cyber attacks are already destabilizing the region. Adding a powerful, stealthy missile system to that equation raises the stakes considerably. We're not just talking about defense now, we're talking about the potential for first strike capabilities. And in a region as volatile as this, even a false alarm could spiral into something catastrophic. What makes this story even more chilling is the timing. With US elections approaching, the White House is under intense pressure to project strength. Any perception of weakness could be politically disastrous. That may lead to preemptive action, possibly even covert sabotage missions or cyber strikes against Iran's missile infrastructure. In turn, Iran could retaliate against US allies or oil shipments in the Strait of Hormuz, sending global oil prices through the roof. And so we find ourselves at a crossroads. A secret weapon has been unveiled. A new threat has entered the world stage. And the world is watching, stunned, silent, and uncertain about what comes next. We will continue to follow this developing story and bring you updates as they happen. If you're as fascinated and concerned as we are about this missile and its global consequences, drop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think should be the world's response? Do you believe Iran is bluffing, or has the world underestimated their technological capabilities? Make sure to subscribe to AutoBig8 for more intense, no-holds-barred breakdowns of military tech, global defense systems, and secretive projects that shape our world. We dig deeper, analyze harder, and bring you the full story. Until next time, stay informed, stay alert, and stay tuned to AutoBig8.